Do you ever feel stuck trying to figure out what kind of AI business to start? By the end of this video, you'll have several super realistic AI business ideas that you can actually start with zero tech background. And I'll tell you how real people just like you are using them to get results. Now, before we get started, can I ask one small favour? If you like what I do here, can you please hit the subscribe button? That keeps me energized to bring you more content. Thank you very much. Let's get started. Let's get started with tip number 1, which is to AI-powered freelance services. You can turn your existing skills into a highly valuable online service that helps real people and builds real income. Now, you might think that you're not quite ready, but the truth is most clients don't really care about your resume. They care about the results that you can produce. Now, I would recommend you start with some microservices that solve some very small but very painful problems and pain points, like rewriting email sequences, writing product descriptions, or summarizing some research. Now, you can use tools like ChatGPT, Claude, or Jasper to do 80% of the heavy lifting. Now, Lisa, one of my students, was a virtual assistant who used AI to offer content refresh packages to overwhelmed bloggers. Her very first client paid $250 just to update 10 old posts using AI. That small win completely changed how she saw her value. Now, one of the big myths out there is that you need to master AI before you can sell anything. This is simply not the case. You will learn by solving some real problems. Now, one of my students, Jason, a gym trainer with no tech background at all, started creating AI written newsletters for personal trainers. He built a simple service using ChatGPT to draft weekly tips and Canva to actually format them. In just 2 weeks, he landed a $400 a month client. Now, what transformed wasn't just his income, it was his mindset. He went from doubting AI to feeling like it was his secret weapon. So this is where your confidence shifts. When you offer something real and something that someone will pay for. Now, don't wait until you feel ready. I would suggest that you launch a one service offer, something like, I'll write your next 5 email subject lines using AI and data from your audience. Just start with something simple like that. And you want to make the offer so clear and so helpful that it really does sell itself. That's how transformation really begins, from hesitant to getting paid. Now, I would suggest getting hyper specific to cut through the noise. So instead of saying something like, I do AI content, try something along the lines of, I help real estate agents generate 10 local focused post ideas in under 24 hours using AI. That kind of clarity lands clients much faster. Now, one of my students, Tanya, did this for wedding planners and got her first free clients through a local Facebook group with no website needed at all. Now, you want to document every win, even the free ones. See, what you can do is you can create some mini case studies that show the before and the after. Now, Lauren, one of my students, helped an Etsy seller improve their product titles and their descriptions using ChatGPT, and the result was 27% more clicks in a week. She turned that into a simple PDF portfolio and booked 2 clients the very next month. That's how you turn favors into a freelance career. Now, don't fall into the trap of charging by the hour. If AI saves you 4 hours, your client doesn't need to know that. They care about the results and the outcomes that you produce. I suggest packaging your services in your offers based on the outcomes and the results and not the time. For example, $300 to turn your 10 F&Qs into chatbot ready scripts. Now, that's clean and clear and easy to say yes to. Now, Monica, one of my students, was doing $10 gigs on Fiverr.com until she created a $1,200 a month email automation package using ChatGPT. Her transformation came from seeing that she wasn't just writing emails, she was building trust at scale. Her new positioning made clients feel like they were buying a system and not just words. Now, I've put together some free training resources to help you start making money online with AI. Go and click the link below in the description to learn more. Now, let's get back to the video. Let's now move on to tip number 2, which is AI-powered digital products. You can package your story, your experience, and your solutions into products that sell while you sleep. If you're tired of trading time for money, digital products give you the leverage. You can start by packaging a personal struggle that you have overcome into a tiny solution that others may need. Now Natalie, one of my students, used her ADHD journey to create a Notion dashboard and a short guide using ChatGPT and Loom. She then listed it on Gumroad for just $17 and made 12 sales in a week, and she realised she had a system and not just a story. Now the myth is that you need to be an expert to actually create a digital product. This simply is not the case. I would recommend you think like a guide and not a guru. Now help people who are just 2 steps behind where you are, so you can create something like a starter win template. For example, a first outreach email kit for new freelancers, and tools like Canva, Notion and ChatGPT can help you to build and make it professional within just a few hours. Now the magic is in solving one real life problem or pain point with simplicity. Now one of my students, Andre, built a checklist for content creators who struggle with the burnout. It walked them through how to use AI to repurpose their content, and he sold it on PayHip for just $9, and within 1 month he had over 80 downloads. That's over $700, and more importantly, a list of buyers he now talks to on a weekly basis. So you can use AI to co-create and not fully automate. I recommend you start with ChatGPT to build your outline and come up with some ideas, and then generate some raw content. Then you can come in to inject your own voice, your own personality, your own humour and your own story. That blend of human and AI is what people will pay for. Now I recommend using Teller or Loom to add a video walkthrough if you want to boost connection and the perceived value. You should also avoid creating information piles. People don't want more information, they want momentum and transformation. So your product should make them feel like something in the first 10 minutes. So think along the lines of mini quick wins and make it very action focused. So you should use language like, here's what to do in the next 24 hours. That's what really drives transformation. Now, if you have a small email list, then this is not a problem. Leon, one of my students, had only 134 people on his email list, and he built a $27 guide on using AI for writing YouTube scripts. With a simple free email launch, he made $459. The transformation here wasn't just the cash. It was actually realizing with a tiny, warm audience, you can create some good impact. Now let your personality shine through in your product. So add a voice note, add a meme or personal story to make it more yours. AI helps you to build it fast, but your vibe will make it more memorable. That's what turns one-time buyers into long-term followers and fans. Let's now move on to tip number 3, which is AI blogging and affiliate marketing. Now you can turn your experience into some content that pays you without being a guru. But I'm not a writer is a lie that we've all told ourselves. Now you don't need to be a writer, you just need to be real and authentic. So you can use AI like ChatGPT to outline your blog posts and help organize your thoughts. Then just speak from the story. I suggest that you write blogs like how I used AI to save 5 hours a week as a side hustler and similar topics like that. That's what's real, and that is what's useful, and that is what you'll find will sell well. Now I recommend that you skip the SEO for the time being and just focus on the emotional resonance. People like to share stories and not stats. Now Adia, one of my students, wrote a brutally honest blog post which was titled Why I Quit My First AI Side Hustle, and it got picked up on LinkedIn and brought in around $300 in affiliate sales through the tools that he mentioned. So this is straight talk. You want to build trust and clicks. So what you can do is you can talk about tools that you use and that you like and what's really trendy. Your blog should feel like a recommendation from a close friend and not a cold listicle. For example, you could use something like the AI tool that helped me write 30 X's in 1 hour. That kind of post is magnetic to someone who's overwhelmed and very short on time. Now you don't need traffic to make impact. Kevin, one of my students, shared his blog post in a Facebook group for new freelancers. It was just a simple post about how he used ChatGPT to build a client pitch deck. Now one person used his affiliate link to sign up for Jasper and he made $32 as a result. That first sale made it real. Now I don't recommend you just slap a link at the end. You want to build an actual journey. So you should walk people through your actual process. Show them how the tool actually helped you. So add some screenshots, take a video, give some good tips, and even share some mistakes. That honesty is what makes people trust you and your recommendations. Now, I recommend turning every blog into a use case story, so you can multiply your impact with repurposing. So you can just take a good blog post and turn it into a LinkedIn post, a X thread, or even a short carousel video for Facebook or Instagram. And you can use tools like repurpose.io, OpusClip, or Descript to help you do this much quicker. More formats equal more reach, and that equals more passive income. Now, Sophie, one of my students, wrote one blog that ranked for Notion templates for ADHD, and it wasn't very fancy at all. It was just personal, raw, and very honest. And that blog brought in $147 in affiliate income in just 45 days. She now updates it on a monthly basis and uses it to grow her email list. That's the flywheel effect in action. Let's now move on to tip number 4, which is AI automation consulting for small businesses. You can help everyday businesses save time and money using AI tools that they don't really understand. Local businesses want AI but feel very lost. That's where you can come in. You don't need to be an AI engineer. You just need to be able to speak like a human and solve problems very clearly. Now, Omar, one of my students, helped a dog groomer automate appointment reminders using Zapier and ChatGPT. This took only 2 hours, and he got paid $500. The business owner called it a game changer. That's what simple impact really looks like. So for a minute, I want you to forget about degrees or fancy certifications or titles. Real value is solving annoying and frustrating problems. I recommend that you create 2 to 3 demo automations for some common business tasks. These could be F&Qs, follow-ups, or even invoice creation. You can then record a short loom videos walking through what you set up. So you want to show people and don't tell them. That's how you land your first paid gig. Now you can start with one clear offer, something like, I'll turn your 20 F&Qs into a chatbot that you can put on your website. That alone is worth $300 to $1,000 to most businesses. They save a lot of time, they improve their support, and look more professional instantly. Now, I also recommend that you teach as you go. Business owners feel rather anxious about AI taking over. Now, I suggest you build in short videos or use simple walkthroughs that explain how things work. This helps to build more trust and reduces panic, and it will position you as a friendly expert and not a cold tech wizard. Now, April, one of my students, worked in admin and she hated sales. She started offering workflow upgrades to busy entrepreneurs using AI and automation tools like Make and Zapier, and within 30 days she had free $350 a month clients, and she didn't even sell. She just solved real stress. So you can create packages that combine strategy and a simple setup. So don't just install an AI tool. You should offer to review their current workflow, map out the gaps, and then implement one automation that will save them a lot of time. Now that's where the real value really lives and where you can stand out. Your job isn't to sound smart, it's to be very useful and very helpful and to provide an effective solution. The people who win in AI consulting aren't the most technical, they're the most understandable. So you want to speak clearly and solve headaches, pain points and problems, and build simple AI systems that can save the client time. That's how you get referrals without begging for them. Let me now give you tip number 5, which is AI course creation for micro niche audiences. You can turn what you already know into a high impact mini course that changes lives and builds income without any overwhelm. The myth is that you need a big audience or fancy credentials to actually sell a course. That's just simply not true anymore. What actually sells is a specific transformation or an outcome. I recommend you focus on a micro niche, something very hyper relevant to enough people, to a tiny group of people with a big enough problem. Like Sarah, one of my students who was working a regular HR job. She created a simple $39 mini course called AI for HR Assistants. 5 hacks to save time in hiring. She didn't use any ads or any funnels. just LinkedIn posts and DMs. Now, in her first 3 weeks, she made $1,200 and got asked to speak at a small HR virtual event. That one decision transformed how she saw herself, not just as an employee, but as someone with real leverage. Now, you don't need 10 modules and 8 hours of content. You simply need one promise, one specific outcome, and 45 to 90 minutes of really focused value. I suggest using tools like ChatGPT to help you outline your lessons, Descript to actually record and edit, and Teller to add a personal face to camera vibe. Now, what sells today is clarity and not quantity. Micro courses that create a real momentum win. Now, one of my students, Ethan, made a $27 course for a local real estate agent on using AI to write better listings. He sold 47 copies in one weekend using just a Facebook group and a short email sequence. That's over $1,200 from just one focused weekend of work. Now, most people try to sell information, but what actually sells is belief change. You want your audience to say, "I didn't think I could do this until now." I recommend opening your course with a personal story or client moment that smashes a limiting belief. Let me give you an example. Jasmine, one of my students, created a short course on AI tools for ESL teachers. She included her own backstory of being very overwhelmed trying to prepare lesson plans while juggling 3 different side gigs. That relatability turned passive viewers into paying customers. She made $1,700 in her first month. Now, a good course doesn't just teach, it activates. You want people doing and not just watching. So instead of long lectures, I suggest building action packs, small exercises that people complete after each lesson. You can use tools like Notion, Google Documents, or Tally.so to create some checklists, some simple templates, or some useful prompts. The goal isn't to impress, it's to move people forward. Movement equals transformation. Now, pre-selling your course is just smart. It's not just smart, it's a game changer for your confidence. I recommend you run a beta version first. You can offer it to say 5 to 10 people at a discount in exchange for some feedback and testimonials. Now, Josh, one of my students, did this with a mini course for podcast hosts on using AI to edit episodes much faster. He made $350 from just 6 people. Simply refined the content with their input and then relaunched at $99 with clearer messaging and some extra bonuses. That one beta helped him feel like a real business owner. Now, you can use your AI tools as co-creators and not replacements. You can use ChatGPT to brainstorm some lesson outlines, titles, and even objections that your audience might actually have. But I would suggest recording voice notes or unscripted videos where you speak from your experience. You can add these human moments into the course. That rawness is what makes people feel you. Now, AI speeds this up, but your story is what will build some trust with your audience. Now, I don't recommend you overthink the pricing, just make the value really good and really obvious. Your course should solve a problem or take away a pain point that costs your audience more time in frustration, stress, or missed opportunity than your price. So $37, $67, $147, these are all sweet spots for first-time creators. And if you're building for a very specific pain point, the right people will actually pay. Now, Megan, one of my students, built a 60-minute course for virtual assistants on how to use ChatGPT to save 4 hours a week, and she priced it at $47 and made $2,300 in just 6 weeks. And more importantly, she built a loyal community around her insights. Let me now give you tip number 6, which is AI-powered one-to-one coaching and micro consulting. You can monetize your hard-earned experience by offering high-impact coaching, even if you've never done it before. You don't need a certification to be a coach, just the ability to lead someone 2 steps behind you right now. Now, one of the biggest myths is that coaching requires a degree or decades of experience. But what clients really want is relevance and not credentials. Now Darren, one of my students, has been laid off from his tech job and started offering AI productivity coaching for burned out professionals using Notion and ChatGPT. He charged $97 for a 1-hour session that included a personalized system setup. His first 5 clients came from a single Reddit post where he shared how AI helped him rebuild his focus after his burnout. That first $500 gave him the confidence to realize that he didn't need permission to help people. He just needed a simple process and a clear promise. Now, I don't recommend you offer life coaching. You want to offer a mini transformation with a clear deliverable. So general coaching is quite hard to actually sell, but micro consulting with a specific outcome or a result is very magnetic. I recommend you create a 60 to 90 minute one result session. For example, I'll help you set up your AI writing workflow for your blog using free tools in just 1 hour. Tools like Grammarly, tools like Calendly for booking, TidyCal if you're on a budget, and Teller for pre-recorded guidance make this very simple. Now Sarah, one of my students, was a former English teacher who started offering AI tutoring systems and setups for online educators. She priced it at $150 and sold 7 spots in a week through Instagram stories alone. The transformation wasn't just her income, it was watching her turn 10 years of classroom experience into a consulting asset. So you can use AI to make your coaching feel superhuman. One underrated strategy is to create AI-powered prep or follow-up tools that make your clients feel like they're getting 10 times the value. You can use ChatGPT to create personalized learning plans, session summaries, or ongoing progress prompts. Carlos, one of my students, offered creative writing coaching to teenage students. After each session, he used ChatGPT to generate a custom weekly writing challenge based on what the students had written. Now, parents were blown away by the thoughtfulness, and he started charging $297 a month because of that added perceived value. AI didn't replace him, it simply enhanced him. Now, I don't recommend you wait to scale. You can productize from your first client. So you can record your coaching sessions with permission and pull out some common patterns and turn them into mini products. That way you're not starting from scratch every time. You can use Notion or Gumroad to package the templates, the resources, or even the exercises from your sessions. Now Kira, one of my students, did this beautifully. She coached Etsy sellers on using AI for shop optimization. After just 3 sessions, she turned her frameworks into a $47 workbook that sells on autopilot. Her client income built her confidence. Her product income gave her more freedom. Wow, that's it for this one. 6 practical tips that you can start using right away. Now, if you're serious about building your online business and creating a sustainable online income, take the next step now. Click the link below in the description or in the comments and go through to my website where you can find some free training resources to help you get started right away. These free step-by-step resources are designed to guide you through launching a successful online business and generating multiple online income streams. So don't wait, take action today. Click the link below and start your journey right now. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It really does energize and motivate me to create more content for you. Thank you very much indeed. And if you want to connect on social, you can find me on LinkedIn and Instagram. The links are in the description below. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel, and have a wonderful day.